Martin Smith from eNCA Capital joins us now to break down those markets. Let's start with the overall market movement that we saw today. I mean, it's pretty wild, if you ask me, the kind of drastic movements that we're seeing. And then, of course, the Rand's dramatic fall, Martin. I don't think we've seen levels of this nature since December.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's no secret that risk sentiment is very, very negative at the moment, and volatility is absolutely rife. The latest of which was fueled by the CPI numbers out of the US yesterday. Slightly disappointing. People are worried that this means that interest rate hikes are going to be a lot more aggressive for the rest of the year, and inflation isn't as transitory as initially spoken about 6 months ago. So there's a lot of negativity that obviously filtered through into our market, but you saw even things like cryptocurrency getting massive sell-off as well. So I think people are starting to think that maybe at kind of bargain hunting levels, some bouncing off some key levels in the market. So let's see. Hopefully this can continue going forward. But yeah, remains to be seen. With regards to the Rand, I think also very much a function of risk appetite and also what's happening locally here. Things like the flooding, as well as with regards to what's happening with Eskom.
No, absolutely. Now let's talk about the performance of your resource stocks today. I think it was actually quite low, some of them, as well as the metals and mining shares today. I mean, we're just coming out of the mining indaba, and we're seeing this kind of performance from our mining companies. What is informing those movements?
So I think for the viewers out there, I think it's also important to remember that not all commodity stocks are made the same. Each of them has an underlying commodity which kind of drives the share performance of it. But I think in general, commodities held up okay today. They weren't as badly affected as kind of the rest of the world. But I think it's just more, again, that risk sentiment coming through, that real negativity kind of sweeping through all markets across all risk assets. Obviously, a weaker Rand is also negative for that. So I think largely just a function of what's going on there from a risk appetite perspective.
On to some company news now. And before we go to Harmony, I want to start with the Sappi update. They're releasing some quarterly numbers today. Quite a solid performance that they produced in the quarter, but also just indicating that they are really benefiting from initiatives like reducing their debt, and is also what's happening globally having an impact on their business as well.
Yeah, I think one of the few bright lights from today. It's been very tough out there the last couple of weeks, but yeah, very, very solid numbers out of that business. EBITDA up 200% for the quarter. Like you mentioned, their net debt position has gone down by $277 million for the quarter, also year on year. Very, very positive. Just a great update, and also their guidance for the third quarter also very positive. So they've benefited from dissolving wood pulp prices going up. That'll come filtered through for the rest of the year. Also, graphic paper prices also going up. So they've done very, very well. The management team has done exceptionally well with this update. So there's times to own this business. It's a very cyclical business, but at the moment, I think is one of them.
What did you make of Harmony Gold's update, Martin? I mean, they did indicate that they're not immune to rising costs, obviously that having an impact on the overall business, some production issues that were highlighted as well. What did you make overall of Harmony Gold?
Yeah, your cost point is very well made. I mean, their costs were up 15%. Production was flattish kind of across the board, down in certain regions. So I thought it was actually quite a disappointing update from the business. You also had some safety issues come out there. Unfortunately, there were some issues on the weekend as well. So disappointing overall, and no reason for me to change my view on the counter.
No, absolutely. Martin Smith from eNCA Capital, as always, I thank you very much for your time this evening. And that's all.